lose this match, right, you kind of fall behind Dallas. Look, they went 0-2, but it's not like they're in dire straits. I mean, they're the Shock, right?
I mean, that's one front line, and Toronto are still holding on to the objective, but Shock around the corner, they're ready to fire back. Finn nanos Kaluge as Hisu fires back with an EMP, and Shock's DPS just fall before Violet could even use the Transcendence to salvage the fight. And Toronto used their Transcendence a little bit late, despite Shock kind of not being in a position to take over. But despite that, Toronto are still fine.
Looks like that one kill, just getting Hoppa out of mech, may be enough.
Yeah, I mean, Toronto have a good spot. At least they were trying to keep their supports in that right drum side, but Finale, I mean, he hasn't been able to get those finishing blows on Finn or Violet the way that Proper is completely dismantling Toronto. And I was really wondering who was going to take that Tracer spot, but the King stays on his throne, and Striker looks to... I mean, Shock are almost on a spawn camp situation. Kaluge jumped off the map to just get back into mag. No point of trying to farm, or didn't want to waste time farming that, but EMP for Hisu. I mean, also almost a point flip for Toronto as they all fell back to just coalesce around Kaluge. And now here's the ultimate fight. EMP from Hisu didn't hit anyone? I'm not sure about that. But what does hit is Finale's double pulse. No supports for Shock at the 99-99 mark. I mean, Shock are so close to that 0-100 comeback. But a good round win for Toronto Defiant. But Trong has also gotten nanoed. Clearly he's taken a lot of pressure, and for multiple people, there's no nano that's going to save you from all of that. Shock managed to, they're trying to flip the point anyway. They just have to remove Hoppa. He's been hacked, and Hisu is investing the EMP. They think this is winnable. It was a 3-on-3 before Striker fell over, but Toronto, I'm not sure about this one.
I mean, well, he's going to get on and like recontest. You have some players that look like on the side of the screen. We're coming back, but that is, I did not expect him to invest the EMP there and try and fight that as, yeah, this will be a few members of the...
This 4, and Toronto do flip.
Yes, Toronto gets control, and then they get a kill here on the Proper as Kaluge over to the Doom as he needs to make it back, as this might be doable for the Defiant.
This is insane. I'm counting like 3 versus 5 now in favor of Toronto, and another Hisu EMP. Enough to get him a double kill, and Striker not able to keep the overtime wick burning, in Toronto will be taking map 1 against the San Francisco Shock.
Pressure on. I think this is also a good reason of like why you run like something like a Sojourn on offense, is you need some of the damage across the gap.
Oh, what an EMP, just hits the supports, and if you knew Violet was going to have a Transcendence, you needed to hit him at all costs. Toronto, surely this is a fight win, and Kaluge is still around the corner. Sam's duplicate ain't going to make much of a splash either. But the mech and Shock have all 4 on the other side. They nano Proper, who's heading after Hisu, but he surely has Translocate, so that's not an ideal target. But there are those supports exposed. Proper is on the hunt. He's even going after Hisu and Twilight at the back. But he hasn't been successful at finishing off any kills, but people who have are Toronto and namely Finale. So they head to point B.
I mean, you nano Proper and he goes in and does some damage. The Payload getting closer. Proper will get on and touch. He gets hacked immediately, and Violet with the Transcendence comes through, but just too late, not able to save him. He'll keep everybody else alive long enough. Stay in this fight, as this will be a duplicate from Sam. As, oh, you're not going to get a self-destruct. That's tough.
Gets back into mech though, so he's going to continue to fly around as Hoppa, meched him. So that'll be the end of that. Toronto going for a full cap here is a serious win condition for the Shock to contend with. By a Zen or taking too much damage. So Trong is down. Shock ahead by 1. EMP from Hisu hits the supports, and Finn dismantled immediately. Finale killing the supports by himself, but he does all the work. But the rest of Toronto are dead. So I don't know if at least all he could do is survive on the cart to buy time. Hisu's there too, but reinforcements are way too far away. So Shock will be capping B in a second.
Well, Hisu gets on. And you also have Hotba coming back, so maybe this is doable. As Kaluge gets demeched, he's not going to be able to make it back in, as they've done that a few times, being able to get him before he goes back. And Hisu and Finale able to stall this one out long enough to be able to get a hold here.
Gets hacked, dodges that. Shock take the initiative here, but they've lost Proper, who wasn't able to set up behind them. Chorong is nanoed, Kaluj is nanoed, Transcendence, it's all hell let loose with all the ultimates being unleashed. But what's most important, Shock don't have any supports, and there's 13 seconds left before dropping, and Toronto go to match point. This is insane.
This is as messy as we've seen the Shock look all season, as they're not able to get anything going here at the end, as the Defiant get like a 4-minute plus hold. You are going to have Finn sleep Finale and take him out.
The overclock is nice. Self-destruct from the low ground. Hoppa catches Violet off guard, but this is still looking like Shock are ahead. They have 4 members versus the one here of Hoppa just still is chilling on the cart. The rest of Defiant are at the end of point B. So it's easy for Shock to just go after these isolated targets. And now kind of staggering anyone here is so critical for Shock because they're just meters away from point B and with a pretty decent time bank at that. Isu and Finale working together to go after Proper, but he's chilling. He's got Violet with an orb on him too. There's a grab flux from Kaluj, slams down. And that's instantly 2 kills. Hoppa's very low, wanting to conserve that energy. He can't. Proper's on fire. Proper and Striker, though, are left to touch the cart. They don't really have any health to deal with. Proper still is killing stuff, though. He is alive and well and doing work. He's killed a few. Kaluj is back on the Doomfist. Shock, all they have to do is zone them away for 3 meters. I don't know if this is possible.
Yeah, it doesn't look likely as a few kills come in here for the Defiant late. That'll be a translocate forced out. Striker's basically at 1 HP. Can't make it back, so maybe you waste that as that fluke. Oh, I mean, that is... There is nothing they can do to help him. I mean, look at where Violet's playing with the Transcendence. There's no way he's going to make it there in time.
Yeah, Proper just used his jump, and he got nanoed, and he got slapped around. The coordination of Defiant is looking so good, and this is with Finale, who hasn't started since mid-season.
Shock, it'll be Hotba the one who gets on, gets a touch. Got to deal with Striker trying to hack him from behind.
Oh, Hoppa loses the mech. Finale has the nano, looking for a pulse pop target, but really you don't need all the sleep from Finn at 1 HP. And here comes the rest of the Shock to finish off that kill. Proper with 2 headshots in a row, making the 3rd one to save the Shock in the series, as it's now 2-1 for the Toronto Defiant.
With this duo, it's just going to take some time.
Yeah, just need to talk to each other, and I mean, Shock haven't killed anything yet, but at least they're existing, and who knows for how long with the EMP that just hit them. Finale and Violet killed instantly, and he's just been so good at striking and being lethal in the backline. And you gotta hope that Striker or Sam, whoever, oh my god, the Beyblade maneuver on the body, you can't crouch.
Is that the Diva tactical crouch?
Oh my god, so they could translocate out, so that's sick. Yeah, Shock have to do a major run back. And to do that is difficult because of, you know, the ults that you have to cycle and how you're trying to survive the wave of ults from the other team too. But Proper is killing so much. He's 6-2 with 4 final blows. Like, he swapped the Tracer and he's like, everyone get in my backpack. He's in trouble. Oh, the blinks. Finale's antied. And was it a sleep on the... I don't even know, but the pulse doesn't hit. And now Shock are ahead. And if they get the D-Mech here on the Hoppa, Shock can at least get back the bot into its position, getting close to butt scratch to extend the 48, but you only have a minute left.
Was that Charong's Transcendence up there on high ground? Like, what? The fight was very over. Oh, that might be one. We'll see how this EMP turns out on Finale and Isu are so good at collapsing on the supports, but the supports are traded on the other side.
It just seems like always a fight win for Toronto when Hisu has EMP, just always Violet first, then Finn. And then without those heals, like, Shock are just stuck hoping to just absolutely clutch up on the DPS department, and that's exactly what they're doing. They haven't had any heals that whole time. And they do it. They've already nanoed Kaluj, who has the self-destruct. He has a second life as Toronto start to surround that tank. But at Kaluj, I mean, he's pocketed. Kaluj is getting hacked. Now the backline of Shock are under fire as Finale makes his way back there. Violet is missing. You lose out on that speed. And Kaluj didn't get enough assistance as Shock turned around to deal with the flankers, and it won't be enough. The Shock drop yet another series, 0-3, as Toronto take their first win in the qualifiers.
That feels tough to watch for San Francisco.